would at some point ask you questions.
Sure.
We'd like that.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready, Joe? Oh, okay, you got it recorded.
Yep.
Right. So this line here. All right. I'm going to guess you know what lines these lines do.
Yeah, I'm good until there. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
this one here.
I understand it creates a new class object with your class.
Right. And the second input can be the path, which
the path to the file.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, also, if you only have, like, say you've got in this folder, can you break? Oh, thank you. So in this folder, if you call the XML the main node a file name, and that's the same name as the file that's in that folder, then you don't need this.
Don't need to put the file name.
Right. If it's in the same folder and it's the same name as your main, your root node,
yeah,
then you don't have to put in the file name. But if you want to, you know, call to a, like in a lib folder with a weird file name or whatever, then you can just put that as the second.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that line you're good with.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this line here, what it's doing is it's calling from the object.
Yes.
It's doing a what's called select nodes.
Select node, okay. SSN is select single node and SN is select node.
You got it.
Yeah, okay.
Not, it's not rocket science. I don't make anything stupid hard. So right now what we're doing is we're selecting nodes, and we're selecting two different sets of nodes. So / takes you to the top of the,
yeah, the top of the menu or the root. Yeah.
Right. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So / takes you to the top. So that puts you right here.
Yeah.
So you are at the top. Okay, then star means anything, anywhere. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah. So that means that you could be finding it in anywhere within the selected region here.
Okay. Just for you to know, I read yesterday for the first time a tutorial on XPath.
Okay.
It's on the W3 school. I can
That's
send
where I learned XPath.
And that's what a good introduction, but it doesn't go in. There's no example specific enough to understand what you do there. So, but I understand the idea of the slash being the root, / being what?
The / takes you to the root.
Okay.
So right here, / tells XPath that we're starting at the top.
At the top, and take everything because of the star.
Because of the star. Consider all nodes. That's what the star means after this particular /
Yeah.
So we're looking at all of the nodes within here, and we're looking for an attribute, and that's what the @ stands for. We're looking for all nodes that have the label attribute.
Yeah.
So you'll notice here, all of these have labels.
Okay. So what if they don't have a label?
Then it won't find it.
Okay, because in my real life file, only some path has a label or some folder has a label.
Right. So, see, the file that you have makes things a whole lot more difficult, but it's still doable.
Yeah, because it's a file done by an external program, and I'm reading this file to reproduce a menu that is created using Directory Opus. So
okay.
So I can't control what's in this file.
Okay, if you can't control what's in this file, that's something different. I thought maybe you had control over this. Okay. So you want to build.
And once I understand what it is, maybe I can change it and find my way.
Well, the problem is, see, with my XML here, everything is parent in parent and parent and parent. So that's easy. But when you've got things like path here and this here, that creates
So that's my file. This one is my file?
Yeah, this is your file here.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and work with just your file here.
Okay.
All right.
What I could also do is just to make a find and replace, to add a label, an empty label tag in the path that are empty. So it's something I could just tweak the content of the file in the variable and use this variable as an input.
Well, let's see.
It would be a patch, but if we can do it.
If this is what you've got, we'll work with what you have. There's no point in not working with what you have. So I'll show the process.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So basically you want everything that is a path and everything that is a folder, and you want to maintain the sorry, Joe?
And maintain the tree structure of it.
Right.
So a folder can contain subfolders, and subfolders can contain paths or subfolders. Yeah, like the example you did.
Okay. This is a good representation of what the information will look like, though. This is the exact information, how that
This is the exact information coming from the file that produced the menu that I made a screen capture of this menu in another file of in the folder.
Okay.
I think it's menu.png.
Okay.
So it has only two levels of subfolder, but it could be with 8 sublevels for someone crazy enough to do it.
Okay. Because what I can do is we can also take this and make it look like the menu too. So that's one of two possibilities. Because it's just going to be like I said, I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Will there be any more complexity to any of this, or will this be the way that it is?
Not that I found by playing with the app to produce various kind of menu. I made a simple one with one sublevel. You made in your example a second and third sublevel, so it is something that can occur. There's this separator folder, which is not really a subfolder, but only a line.
Right. It's just a separator.
Yeah, they could have put separator alone without making it in a folder, but it is the way they did it, so I cannot change it.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Like I said, we'll work with what we have.
Good.
And, okay. Let me think here. Because what I'm probably going to do is I'm just most likely going to take this. No. So hopefully, okay, good. All right. So we're just going to create a new. We're going to duplicate.
Yeah.
So now XX should be the same as this. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do, label. I'm just trying.
In fact, if you don't put a label, I think are mandatory for folders. For a subfolder need a name. But the path, if there is no label, it is the path string that will be used as label. So there is a label, but it's by default. If label is empty, it would be path string that would be used. If you look at the the rendered menu, the PNG file, you'll see that one test drive is a label in one case, and in the other case, where so this file here has our label. It is your file here that we have, isn't it?
This is the file. This is the export. This is not the one that I created. So,
but it's not mine. The one I sent.
This is the one that you created here.
Well, let me check.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes, it is. There are labels in every. Let me check again in the app itself.
Just out of curiosity, what is the tree node 0x1?
I don't know. I haven't found. To me, it does nothing that I need. So
okay.
I would just
so
ignore
it's not necessary.
Yeah.
All right. So
because from what we see, there are labels on every line, but I'll add this one here.
That's interesting. I don't need to retool a whole hell of a lot. Oops. Idiot.
I'm sorry, I think that there is a label in every path.
Good. Okay. So that makes
it's added. So I don't know where I've seen that there's no label for dir and for path string, but there are always for path and folder.
Right. Okay, this is good. This is actually really good.
So with this, we could use the original script that you did.
Right.
Yes.
So the only thing that's going to be a little strange is the path string is something that we're going to need to copy up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the value that we need.
Right.
As well as the label.
And actually, we might not have to change this at all.
Yeah, because if we assume that there's always a label, your code was working.
Well, sort of, kind of. All right, so it's close enough. Let's go ahead and just... So test favorite. Yeah, I guess it works just fine.
Yeah.
Huh. I did better than I thought. I mean, yeah, I meant to do that. So, yeah, okay. Well, that's... All right. So I don't have to change anything.
Okay, so what I don't, there's a few things I don't get is the SN. So you were at getting every node that has a label and those that are separator. That's where you were.
Yep.
Okay.
And
what's the main?
Oh, actually, I don't think it's anything anymore.
Yeah, it's never used.
No.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, that's your menu.
Yeah.
Okay. In my real life script, I will not create a menu directly. In fact, I'm creating an object that contains the information used later to build the menu. But that's the same. I would just have to change what is in the lines like line 12, 11, or 17 would be replaced by some other code that would just add an item to an object, a menu item to an object.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So main was not required. Okay.
yeah, yeah, that's not required. And honestly, if you're just getting information, then most of this isn't really necessary. So I don't know how you want to use the data.
In fact, I will use it to create a recursive menu using AutoHotkey menu as you did.
Okay.
Good that there's an additional step where I will just get the information into an object.
Uh-huh.
And then later I'm using this object to create the menu similarly to what you're doing there. There's just no label, there's no icon information in this file. So there's no need to worry about icons. And that's it.
Okay. Because, I mean, all you would have to do, like if you're creating another menu somewhere else,
Yeah.
then you're appending more information to it. Create the menu before this, and then instead of main, use whatever menu you've created previously.
Yeah.
So you can just take this code and use it.
Yeah, that's good. In this loop, I have a few questions. Where is the recursivity that is making the menu being with sub-levels and sub-levels? So because the way I do the recursivity is not that like this, so I don't see that. But there must be some recursivity because we have a tree in this menu. So
right.
Is it recursive? Is there a way where the procedure is calling itself, or?
Let me finish this real quick and then I'll explain. Okay, selects all nodes with a label or separate. Oops. Separator nodes. Okay. So what it does the first time is, see, AB can be index value, whatever, in 1 and 2. And that's just basically what you're familiar with objects, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So all this is just basically an array with 1 and 2 in it. So it's just basically telling me to set the first loop is 1, and then the second loop is 2. That's all that's doing.
Yes.
Okay. So if A equals 1, that's the so it goes to each node. Okay. All right. This line goes to each node that was selected on line 5 and gets the information. Okay, so what this does is it says, okay, the first iteration, it goes, okay, where's the first label? Oh, there's the first label. So it goes to this node and it gets, basically what this does is it gets, it gets all of this and puts it into AA. So AA right now is this selected information. Now, this part here, the EA, what this does is it comes in here and it says, okay, EA takes all of what's in here and any attribute, it'll say label equals test favorite. So if you come down here and you do a message box, EA.label. So when you rerun that, it's going to say test favorite. So what EA stands for is easy attributes.
Okay.
So you'll know that EA.label is the name of that label.
Yeah.
And you hit the next, so it's favorite sub.
EA is creating an object with attributes and label one of those.
Right.
Is the only one, but it's an attribute. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what this line does, is it goes and gets this information, all of this information, and it makes all of your attributes into an object.
Yeah.
So that's done. This gets the entire
Path.
node.
Yeah. Node for path. Yeah.
And then this gets all of the attributes. I put it all on one line because it's silly to do it on multiple lines. Okay, so that's what that line does.
Just a question. When there's a while will continue as long as the result is true. When you put two commands inside a while,
it's only the first.
It's only the first that is used as the okay. So when the first is false, it will exit the while. Okay.
Yep. So AA and all of this stuff. So it comes down here, it finds a label, it finds the label, all the way down to here. It finds this label. Then after that, there are no labels and there are no separators. So once it gets here, it's done.
Yeah. Okay. It will return false.
Yes. And then
AA will return false.
Yeah, AA it'll return null actually because there are no more.
Yes. Okay. Not true. It will return not true.
Yeah. So on the last loop, AA will equal nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that to AutoHotkey is false.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what this line here does, oops. Okay, it goes to the node. Okay, we're here on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, okay, look at the parent node and see if there's a label. So this one here, parent node is favorites.
And there's no
label. So this will be blank.
Yeah.
So let's go here. This one here. So let's say we're down here.
Yeah.
Parent node label. Oh, yes, it's favorite sub.
Yeah.
So what that's going to do is it's going to set parent as favorite sub. So in this example, it looks to the parent node and sets. Technically, what it's doing is it just is setting parent to the label text. That's all that does. It's basically going in and it's saying, okay, this is so this one here, it's telling it, okay, this one, if we're on this one, the parent doesn't have a label, so it will be blank.
Yeah, so it's not a folder.
Right, or underneath. Right. So right now, all we're doing is we're saving that information. Okay. So we come down here, if A equals 1, so that means the outer iteration.
First loop, yeah.
This first iteration, we come in here, and if the AA.node name and .node name, what that means is, okay.
Yeah,
so we've
operator
right
here, okay. It could be path or folder or path string or dir.
Or favorites. Technically. It could technically be, right.
Yeah.
But for your example, yes, it would be either path, folder, or separator.
Yeah, okay, dir will not be considered because there's no label in it.
Right, because we're not asking for any of those.
Yeah, okay.
So those are the only things that it could be. So we're telling it if this node name happens to be a separator, just say, okay, if parent is something, then use that name to create the menu. Otherwise, just call main.
Okay, which is the root.
Right.
Okay.
So then we just tell it to add nothing, which in AutoHotkey makes a separator.
Yeah.
And then you continue because you don't care about any of the other things that's going on below that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if parent if there is a parent, so if you're here in
It's not null, and there's parent. Yeah.
right, so we're going to say here. So if there is a parent, menu parent add. So it would be we're going to say menu favorite sub add the name of the label, so Google Drive, and then we're just telling it to go to whatever function or label you want.
Yeah, that you made below. Yeah.
Right. So that's all there is to that there. Else
it's main instead of parent.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, I could have done this all in the same. Actually,
Yeah, ternary.
That's the only difference. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the only difference, and there's no point in doing that.
Yeah, you could make a conditional. I don't know how to call it, but
ternary they're called.
Tree.
Oops. So this should run just
the same thing that you did on line 12.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, then I would just
save 10 lines.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I was blocking it out, and I wasn't thinking about compression, so yeah.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, it does all of the same thing and gets all of the same information and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Okay. So you understand this here? Do I need to annotate anything?
No, I understand.
Okay, this, do I need to annotate anything here?
It's good.
This obviously...
Is it required?
Right. So
no.
That if you want to create your own, XML.
Yeah. If there was attribute for icons, I would use it that way, but
right.
It doesn't exist in the file I'm parsing.
Right. Well, if you ever decided to make your own XML structure for your menus,
yeah,
you could.
I could use attributes like this. Yes.
Right. So okay, so that's our first loop through. We've created all of the menus and all of the submenus because.
Okay. Yes.
We're looping down through everything. So all the menus and submenus are created. It's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now.
And parent, okay, parent is the name. Parent is the name like fav sub or main, and that's it in this example.
Right.
Okay, if fav sub have a subfolder named also fav sub, would it be concatenated or?
Well, let's go ahead and do that. Oops. That we could run into an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Okay. So yeah, it cannot be the same because so all of these folders have to be unique.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that
it would probably be, but someone could create two sublevels with the same name in some situation.
Okay, how does how does that get created then?
It's created, can I share my screen?
Sure.
Share.
Let me stop sharing on mine.
Yeah, I would like to see how it
Yeah.
deals
Okay.
with it because.
Okay. I'll show you. In fact, in quick access pop-up, I will add a favorite for something that I did more easily because what I had to parse was any file, so it was easier. So for user of Total Commander who use quick access pop-up, so and I'll show you Total Commander. I don't use it often, but there's somewhere here, I just don't remember where. There's a favorite here. There's a list of favorites that you can maintain in this file manager.
Okay.
So this is Total Commander, and after I will show you with Directory Opus, which is the second file manager I'm supporting for doing that. So if user in this folder, in this file manager, create favorites here, of course he can use them when he is inside Total Commander, but when he is outside of this, anywhere else, I can recreate here the same menu that the user maintains here. Okay, so the result of it is an ini file, so it's easy for me to parse.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to do the same thing with Directory Opus, which is this application here, where the user can create a list of favorites here.
Okay, go ahead and create another subdirectory called favsub.
Okay. So I will, no.
Or another folder, pardon me.
Yeah, I will edit and here create a folder. I will put it at the right place, favsub, move it here and put this one below. How would I do that? Where is it gone?
What happened?
I will cancel and start over.
Good idea.
Edit favorite. So here, okay, here I will create favsub.
And then just throw something under
and I will just, can I copy something here? No, yes. Is it copy? No, it's sorry.
Yeah, just drag it under.
I'll just drag download under this one. Here.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Okay. Apply. And here we have favsub, that includes favsub, that includes download.
Good. Okay, now let's see.
You want to see the text file of this?
Yes.
I think I opened it here. Reload. So we have favsub here and the second favsub here.
That's interesting.
This one being inside this one. So the way I create menus when they have to be recursive like that is that I always maintain a string that I can concatenate when going through sublevels. So the name of a menu is not only the name of the actual node, if you wish,
right,
but the concatenation of this node and what was the parent node and the parent node and the parent node. And using a recursive function, I can do it with 12 sublevels of the same name, but the menu name will be always the repetition, if you wish, of the folder name.
Okay. All right. Well, let's
I stop sharing and give it back to you.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe, and then give me control, obviously.
You do not have control?
Well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and paste your
this file?
No, Joe. Save that. Oh wait, I was working on the. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. My brain is shot. I apologize. Okay, so we are sharing my main screen. Okay. So is this? All right. So what the hell did I call it? Oh, menu Maestrith. Okay. There we go. Okay, so menu .xml.
And if you want, I can just copy the new file
Yeah, that's fine.
to that folder if you wish.
That's perfect. Okay.
Guys. .xml. Okay, I added a file named menu-favsubs.xml.
Oh.
So if you want to use that one,
Oops. Okay. So yeah, this should. Is that? Interesting. Ah. Path does not contain.
oh, this one does not. Yeah. Okay, there's an issue there. Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. I can fix that.
Can an attribute be empty? There would
Why?
be label equal empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not going to actually be saving or editing this file in any way.
No, but I can open it, put it in a variable, and just find and replace path empty with path folder equal.
No. We'll do it much easier. We'll do this much easier.
Yeah, okay. That's my plan B approach, B plan approach.
Yeah. Yeah, with XML, doing stuff like this is so simple.
Yeah, when you know.
Yeah. Oops. What am I doing? XML sn//path not add label. So we've got two paths that don't have labels. So let's message box a.xml. So first one is the Google Drive, and the second one is your, I'm guessing that's your downloads directory.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we would do, aa.set attribute label.
For those that are empty, okay, you fix it there.
Yep.
Okay.
So now we go ahead and
now you can select and they will all have a label.
Right.
Okay, so that's similar to my approach to find and replace in the text file, but it's more clean. It's
yes.
more kosher. Yeah. You know, we work with what we know.
Right.
It's good to expand what we know, and I'm learning a lot here. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Guys, can you zoom in one level on Studio, please? Thank you.
Okay. So now the path is Google Drive.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And the path is downloads.
So what you did is you created a group of nodes for those that were empty, with not label, and you said after that set attribute label using the value path string, the dependent path string. Okay, cool. And you use the text attribute of this descendant.
Right.
Okay.
Because path string has a text attribute of the name of the path.
So okay, so between the opening and closing codes is text, which is the name of this content.
Right.
It's like an attribute, but
yeah, it's a fancy attribute that can have a lot more in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice. Okay.
Yeah,
so now we've got attributes. Now we've got
can have line breaks or anything. Yeah.
Right. So now we need to start building some information. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to...
Joe, I don't know, am I taking too much of your time?
That's all right. I'm, you know, I wanted to learn this or
some of this stuff.
Better understand it. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go aa.xml here. And each one of these, okay, so now let's go aa.parentNode.xml. So right now, let's go ahead and aa.xml. Okay, so right now we're the first iteration, we've got test favorite, which is edit that. Okay, so right now we're on this node here.
Would it be hard to return to the environment we had previously where we had left-right panels?
I can do that.
Yeah, it would be, it was very convenient if it's not too.
I just don't normally do it. So. Okay.
Great.
I'll magnify that. Just get rid of all of this crud. And okay. All right. So right now we're here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got this. We've got this information. We know that.
And in the code, where is the message box in the code?
It's right here.
It's here. Okay. So we are in the first loop.
Mm-hmm.
In an
the
item,
first outer loop and the first inner loop.
Which is not a separator. Okay.
Right. So now we're going to notice that the parent, I should have put that in here as well. Whoa, what the hell just happened there? Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't even know how to use my own program. Okay. So, all right, so we notice now that parent is blank. So that means that we're at the root of this particular tree. So we're menu adding parent, yada, yada, yada. That's fine. So if not parent, oh, Christ. Pardon me, one moment.
Yeah.
Hello.
So Joe, you found another subject for another topic for Tuesday?
We're just going to talk to web scraping, do a little more advanced stuff on it.
On the phone with somebody else?
I'm sorry. Sorry again for that. Huh?
Can I call you back?
Yeah, I understand. I know.
Okay. Let me see.
I was just looking at the stock market.
I apologize. I don't
it took quite a beating yesterday.
Tell me, in Dallas, are you affected by the hurricane, Michael?
No.
No. Does it happen that hurricane goes or storms go up to Dallas? Or?
When they do, they're pretty dissipated by time. You know, we're pretty far away from shore,
yes.
So they'll reach here. But when they
that's the remaining.
Yeah, it rains a lot. You know, but it's not like in Houston. They're right on the coast, and San Antonio is a couple 100 miles closer, and we're pretty far away from the coast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was looking at the direction of Michael, and it's going northeast, but not to New York, fortunately.
Yeah. What I'm curious.
We will be there at the time.
Now, we've got if not parent. Well, actually, if not parent, then we don't have to worry about it. So if something has a parent, that's when we need to start concatenating.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to say while aa.parent node. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, while
Okay, you will go up in the structure, concatenate the name.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so while GP SSN AA.parent node.
I gotta grab a phone call.
That's fine. Okay.
Anyway.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new, or just a copy, basically. Copy : AA. That's our current node. AA is our current node. So now what I'm going to do is get the parent node of that and start at the parent. No, we don't want to start at the parent. We just want to start at that one.
The current node, yeah.
Right. So AA at label.text. So this will be the current one. So let's run this. So let's get to a point where there is a parent. Okay. So Google Drive is the current node we're on. So that is here.
Yeah, so the parent is FabSub.
Right. Oh, whoops. Okay, copy. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're walking and beautiful. Okay. So what it's doing is, well, let's go ahead and create the concatenation. So concat : blank. So concat dot equals GP. Wait a minute. Let's do this.
You just have to make sure that the parent is first and the child is second.
It honestly doesn't matter, but yes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but just for it to be more readable if whenever we have to do
right.
Yeah.
So what this is going to do is it's going to say, oh, did I do that backwards? I did. Yeah, it's going to be fine because it works backwards.
Yeah, it works. I'll say it's already backward. Okay.
Right. So, wait a minute.
And it has to concatenate only the labels from folder.
Well, whatever the parent is, because we're going to be, why? It starts there, : equals GP concat. There we go. Okay, I've completely forgotten the structure, so give me 1 second. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. I don't like, I think better this way. Okay, so Google Drive is under favorite sub, which makes sense because Google Drive is here, favorite sub here.
But what we have to concatenate is our menu names, so only the labels from folder.
Right. Well, that's the label of that folder is going to be, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so archives.
Sure.
Archives parent is sub, or fav sub. And then downloads. Okay, I shouldn't put this message box here. It would be so much more beneficial if it was just after. Okay, Google Drive is under favorite sub. Google Drive, favorite sub. Archives is under favorite sub. Archives, favorite sub. Favorite sub is under favorite sub.
Yeah.
Then your downloads directory is under favorite sub, favorite sub.
Yeah.
So that's our concatenation. So so rather than do parent, we will just change this to concat. Oh. Still.
But the condition could be a parent instead of concat.
That's fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to store some information. We're going to store in AA.set attribute concat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we should have enough information to change this. So parent, and rather than this be label, we'll just go concat. And we'll just go text. Okay. Yay. Let me think. Copy. Concat. A label. Interesting. Because favorite sub. And that's not getting. Interesting. Let's just see something here. New XML. Concat is blank. Makes sense. Concat is fav. Oh. Okay. Yeah, the concatenation is for the parent, not. Still didn't fix everything, but we're getting better.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take a look. See here. Label. Test favorite. Folder. Favorite sub. Oh. Wait a minute. No, it should have been. My mistake. Concat fav sub.
I think that's good. No, it's empty there.
Now this should. Oh yeah.
Concat, in fact, is the parent concatenated name.
Right.
Which is main, or which is the main for the first one, and for this one, that's concat is fav sub, which seems to be good.
Right. Folder. Fav sub. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay. I may actually have to do another loop around this. Label. Concat. The only thing I don't like about menus is you can't see them once you've created them in any way, shape, or form until you just display them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no object you can inspect.
No. It just drives me up the wall. I absolutely hate menus.
Yeah.
Okay. Folder, label,
But Chad, have you ever worked with recursive functions?
I have, yeah.
Because in this case, what we could do is pass the current menu name to the recursive function, and in this it would be appending the child folder name, and then it would expand as we go down in the recursive function.
Right.
It's a different structure for the script, but
yeah, I just need to get my mind around what it's doing and why it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because obviously this is fine. Everything works fine. I just have to figure out
the menu creation effect.
Right. Yeah. And I don't understand. Okay. I guess I should have. Okay, so favorite sub, downloads. Why is it all the way down there before? That's right. Favorite sub, downloads. See, that should have. Parent mode. Oh. Okay. I think I see where some of my problem is coming. Because concat is blank here. Okay. So parent. So now menu does not exist. What menu does not exist? Fab sub does not exist. Oh, phooey. Okay. So. Very interesting. Yes. That's favorite. Fave sub. So all of this. Drive is under archive. Okay, so it is creating all of them. Parent. Test favorite has no parents. No parent. Oh. Oh, for crying out loud. One moment. Hello? I'm doing fine on the phone, but fine. Yeah, do you need me to call you back, or is there anything going on? Are you busy today? Okay. But you'll be at home. Okay. All right, well, I will talk to you here in a little bit. All right, bye. Sorry about that. All right. Oh. If parent and grandparent. What? Oh, idiot. Menu must not contain its parent menu. Oh, which? Grandparent.
Guys, something fun?
Oh, for crying out loud. I don't understand. I'll have to do a little bit of thinking about it, but yeah, I can. If you want to watch my process, you're more than welcome to. I'm just to save your sanity.
Too late for me.
Yeah. If parent.
It's fun to see someone else searching for a solution, like I have to do it myself sometimes.
Right.
It's fun to see your way of searching.
Oh, it's all insanity.
Trial and error.
Yeah. With this stuff, it's just a headache. It's just nothing. There's no better way to put it. It's just a headache. All right. So test favorite is a label. So if parent and not grandparent, daggone it, parent, favorite sub, okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. That's good. Oh, wait, that's not good. Google Drive has a parent called favsub. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay. Google Drive has favorite sub. Its concat is called favorite sub.
That's good. And that's also good for the sub-level favsub, which is favsub.
Right.
Yeah.
Then
what is maybe not required is to concat in the path nodes. We don't need to or what we need in the path is the name of the parent folder.
Right.
Concatenated, but we don't need to use the path name itself inside the concat because there's no reason for this. What we need
if it keeps going down and down and down, it still needs to be there to add to a concatenation. I know it's not possible, but we'll get there. And like I said, we'll get there. Once I figure out what I'm doing wrong, then
everything will be clear.
Right. Yeah, there is a method to the madness. It's just not. Because this right here, there should be. Test favorite should be there. Okay. So, all right, let's do parent, C parent, grandparent. So there is no parent, there is no C parent, there is no grandparent. So this needs to be just a standard menu main add. Okay, I at least have some of this stuff back.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the test favorite sub, then it goes into archives, which is not here. Okay. All right. If C parent and grandparent, let's go ahead and bring this up here. So fav sub. Oh. Oh. This
Oops. Getting closer.
right. We're getting there slowly. Okay. So under favorite sub, we have Google Drive. And then under favorite sub, we have downloads. Okay. Let me make sure. Yeah, favorite sub. Okay. So this is downloads where we're looking at right now. So concat favorite sub. C parent is favorite sub. Right. Oh. What happened? Grandparent is favorite sub. C parent interesting. Grandparent, because downloads, that's where we're at now. So parent should be fab sub, which it is. Grandparent should be fab sub, which it is. So menu, this should be just C parent, and this should be parent. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm actually... Nice. All right, so test favorite sub, JTemp, and then this one is fine. The main level is fine. This one comes in, and this should have more information. But, okay. Parent and no grandparent. So Google Drive is one of the two, and Archives is the other one, I think. Yeah, Google Drive. All right, Google Drive. Where is Google Drive? Google Drive is under the first fav sub. And the parent is fav sub. The C parent is fav sub. Yes, that makes sense. So this Google Drive.
Est-ce qu'il reste encore le poisson? Oui, je prends la soupe.
Google Drive is under fav sub. But this is putting it under main. If parent and not grandparent, Google Drive, parent, if parent and not parent, if C parent, and not grandparent. If parent and C parent. I'm so confused. Favorite sub, favorite sub. That is the current. That is the parent. This should Yep, that's what's doing it. So that will do that. Menu, substring, concat, in-string, concat, -1. Oh, sorry. Okay. Good to know. This. Test favorite. Test favorite. With the load. Wire. Concat. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, so the menu is that, the concatenation is that. Menu, concatenation, menu. Oh, right. There we go. So the menu is your downloads. The actual menu it's under is that. Okay. Oops. Okay. So now yeah, you were right. I was just being a little stubborn with something, but I still need the information. I just needed it slightly different. Okay, good. So we've got label, menu. But this actually should be main. So interesting. If instrument concat, so this should actually be main. Main, yes. Main, yes. Fab sub, yes. Fab sub, yes. Folder, fab sub. Menu, fab sub. Because that's the parent, yes. That makes sense. Okay. So now this one, menu, fab sub. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And this is not concat. This is just menu. Okay. Now, I might be able to get rid of all of this. Okay. So MAA dot label. Oh no, excuse me. EA label. EA dot menu. So test favorite is under main, which it is. Main favorite sub main. Okay. Test favorite is under main, of course. Oh, fave sub, the menu name is under main. Yeah, okay. I get it now. Oh, some days. Okay. Because I was thinking favorite sub, it's a menu, but it's also, right. Favorite sub has to start at main. Google Drive is under favorite sub. Archives is under favorite sub. Now that label is under favorite sub. Right. Downloads is under favorite sub.
Looks good. Yeah.
Holy Christ. All right. So maybe menu EA menu, add EA label, that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense at all. One second. If EA menu equals menu, not equal menu. Submenu must not contain specifically main. Oh, idiot. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Save so. Yeah, whenever you get bored, just go ahead and leave.
That's good. Try a few things on my side.
To me, it's always good to see that even with Chad, who is amazing in XML and all this stuff, it's not a slam dunk done in 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not XML that's the problem. It's the damn menu system that is the problem.
I'm just saying. All right, so just stick with programming, right? It's
oh yeah, definitely.
You are. It's you get it close, and then you got to tweak it, and then that last little bit, there's one little thing that bugs you, and then finally you're like, oh.
Sub, which is the menu, which is fine. Google Drive, favorite sub, that's where it should be. Archives is under Fav Sub, that's where it should be. Fav Sub, which, oh, interesting. Okay. Okay.
Jean, do your birds take requests?
What do you want, Mozart or?
Yeah. I was thinking mixing it up a little bit.
And the door is closed. Imagine if it was open.
Wow.
That's insane. Test favorite main. So that shouldn't be in this one. Whoops. Okay. So Google Drive is under favorite sub, but it should already be there. Google Drive Google Drive is under favorite sub. And you concat. Oops. Greater than 1. $14. What? How in the world? Okay. All right. Just so I'm not insane, the words test favorite contain how many pipe characters? Should be 0, right?
Sorry, I was muted. It looks like it.
Right. Why? Regex replace.
It's not a special character, is it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Escape it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah. That's an or inside of the brackets, but I don't know what it's not.
Oh, my bad. Huh. What an idiot. Okay, favorite sub, archive, favorite sub, create. Okay, so this is where okay. Okay. account. Favorite sub is the menu that it goes in. Its name is Google Drive. Favorite sub is the menu, archives. Favorite sub is the net. Okay. Oh, shoot. Favorite sub is the name of the menu that goes under favorite sub. Favorite sub is the name of the menu that goes under there. Favorite sub, that. Yeah, okay. I will put a little more thought into this, and I need to do this kind of on my own because for whatever reason, I can't think straight when I'm on a call.
Yeah.
But I will get
let's regroup when you're ready.
Well,
and there's no emergency on my side, so it's
you use Hangouts, don't you, John?
Google?
Yeah.
I used it once, a few times, but not very regularly.
He can log into my Zoom account, Chad. So you can still meet him on Zoom on my meeting. It's fine.
Right. Well, I was just going to send him a message when it was done, and then if you wanted clarification, which it possibly would, then okay. All right. Well, let me do some thinking.